The Long Island Railroad is the oldest railroad in the United States still operating under its original name and original charter.
We have two old buildings which we're going to be demoing very shortly and converting over to the newest high-tech modern equipment.
Double tracking to Hicksville since 1890 makes it 130 years it took to build a third track, but we're finally getting the third track to Hicksville.
Here we are at a piece of history. Nassau Tower was built in 1922 and it replaced the one that was, it kind of was torn down in a train crash, a derailment of a boxcar that went through Mineola here just the year before. They quickly put it up. It was operational right away. And this tower, when you think about it, 99 years old, 98 years old, absolutely phenomenal.
Many years ago, I did work Nassau Tower. When I worked here, it was totally different. There was a big model board adjacent to this wall. The interlocking was controlled by what we call strong arm levers. They were electric at the time I had come. Nassau interlocking was a lot smaller than it is today. We only had one set of switches that, amazingly enough, is going to be where the new Nassau one is.
The Long Island Railroad was chartered April 24th, 1834. It ran its first trains out to Hicksville, single track, in 1837. And then it was single track until around 1890 when it was double tracked.
The electrical substation, which was built in 1910, Penn Station opened up in 1910. This was all part of the electrification of the railroad, which brought more people faster, quicker, better here on Long Island. It started the suburban expansion of Long Island. Penn Station was built, Sunnyside Yards were built, electrification to Mineola, among other places. This line originally didn't go past here with electrification. It went over to Hempstead. It went behind the old Abraham and Straus in Hempstead, which I don't know what it is now, but parallel Franklin Avenue, and then also it went over Old Country Road, over to the West Hempstead Station. So it was all tied together, the expansion. This is what made Long Island the way it is now. This was the start.
Trains were recorded on speakers, and we had to use what's called block sheets. So you had to kind of be able to multitask. You had to take a report over the speaker, write it on the block sheet, jump up, run to the levers, line the trains the way you needed to, run back, record a time, and then report it to the next tower down the line. What I had came here in 84, 85 to now, everything is all computer-based. Relays are going to be replaced by microprocessors, which are faster, easier to maintain. The track structure is being designed to hopefully prohibit maintenance. Concrete ties are going in. We're installing new switches that are being developed. So the railroad is really taking a step forward and looking ahead 20, 30 years on saving costs on the maintenance and the operations, and having the flexibility to increase service on this corridor.
Very soon the tower is going to be brought down. It's kind of sad, but it's understood that it's needed because of the third track coming right through the area, which will be a great improvement for railroad service.
They'll be able to run more trains to give them more flexibility to increase and make their hours better. Then it's just the flexibility it's given the railroad will be incredible.
I can't believe we're on schedule at this point, moving along. If you walk this 9.8 miles or ride the train on a daily basis, the level of construction, the amount of people working, really not affecting the public or passengers too much. It's amazing to me. I'm very lucky to be part of it. I'm proud to be part of it, and I can't wait to raise that flag when the train runs on the third track.
It's just monumental in the history of the railroad, and it'll greatly improve railroad service. And as a historian, I'm glad to be here participating in the making of this event.